All right, today we are digging into something truly unique. It's a piece of social commentary called The Declaration of Independence from Phantom Workyards. And right away, that title tells you we're in for a ride. It takes a structure we all recognize and points it squarely at a frustration many of us know all too well.
So, the document kicks off with this incredibly powerful line. Sound familiar? It's meant to. It's deliberately echoing the American Declaration of Independence. But here's the twist. It's not about breaking away from a king. It's about breaking free from a system the author calls the tyranny of asphaltica.
And that's the big question, isn't it? What on earth is the tyranny of asphaltica? Well, that's what we're going to figure out today. We're going to deconstruct this whole document to understand what this tyranny is all about, and maybe more importantly, unpack the totally valid frustrations it speaks to for anyone who's ever looked for real, meaningful work.
Now, before getting into the long list of complaints, and trust me, there's a list, the authors start by laying down some ground rules, a kind of creed. They spell out a few core truths they believe are self-evident when you're out there searching for a job today.
Wow. Think about that for a second. This is such a powerful reframing of the whole job hunt. It says that looking for work isn't just some economic chore. It's a fundamental quest for dignity. And notice, it's not just the pursuit of work, but the pursuit of real work. So from this point of view, a ghost job, a fake job posting, isn't just annoying. It's a deep violation of your basic rights.
So this frustrating landscape gets a name, asphaltica. It's a fantastic metaphor, right? It paints a picture of a world that's just paved over with these endless, sprawling, and way too often completely empty opportunities.
And here, the author makes a really sharp point. They argue a tax is levied on something that's real, your income, your house, something tangible. But a ghost job, that's different. It drains your hope, it sucks up your time, it eats away at your energy, it literally attacks your potential to grow. And that, the author argues, makes it a much, much worse offense.
Okay, so this declaration doesn't just stick to big ideas and metaphors. Oh no, it gets specific. It moves on to lay out a list of grievances that are going to feel very, very familiar to a lot of us, the hard evidence of this so-called modern tyranny.
First on the list, phantom workyards. This is the heart of the problem, right? These are the job postings that aren't actually for a real job. Maybe they're just out there to collect resumes or to make a company look like it's growing. But for you, the applicant, it's just a black hole you pour your effort into.
Then you've got the HR priests. What a name. This is a striking way to describe getting completely ghosted after you apply or even after an interview. The document calls it a ritual of silence, a process that just slowly and systematically crushes your spirit. Of course, the declaration also has to call out the algorithmic overlords. This one's aimed right at those automated systems that scan your resume. You know the feeling like you're not talking to a person, you're just trying to trick a robot with the right keywords instead of showing your real experience. And finally, the list wraps up with corporate nepotocracy. This gets at that cynical, sinking feeling that a lot of jobs are already promised to an insider before they're ever posted publicly. The public job posting is just for show, leaving everyone else applying to what this document perfectly calls empty portals.
And this line just perfectly captures the total damage of all these things combined. It's not just about one frustrating application. It's about the systemic theft of your time, your energy, and your hope. The very soil you need to plant a seed and grow a career.
But here's the thing. This document is not just a list of complaints. It does something really crucial. It pivots. It goes from just diagnosing the problem to actually declaring a solution, a path forward, a way out for the free pilgrims of the pavement.
This right here is the turning point. The authors declare a massive shift in how they see themselves. They're not just exhausted and frustrated anymore. Now they are visionary. They're taking back control, and they're about to lay down their own rules of engagement for the world of work.
So, these are the new terms, and they're laid out as 4 pledges. It's basically a personal commitment to stop playing a rigged game. Step 1, you cut ties with the broken system. Step 2, you actively look for healthier places to be. Step 3, you stop trying to please the algorithms. And step 4, you focus only on what's real and what actually supports your life.
And the final pledge goes all in, directly mirroring the famous last line of the original Declaration of Independence. By using these exact words, the authors are taking a personal career choice and elevating it to a sacred, life-changing commitment. This isn't just a new job search strategy. It's a full-on personal revolution.
So the whole thing wraps up with this powerful summary. It's a vow.
a vow to leave behind that bleak, paved overworld of Asphaltica, and instead to search for the Auroran path. It's a beautiful metaphor for a new dawn, a path that leads to real work, to authenticity, and to respect.
And that really leaves us with a pretty provocative question. If Asphaltica is that soul-crushing part of the modern job hunt that we can all recognize, then what does a fulfilling, genuine, life-affirming Auroran path actually look like for you?